got to Apple, the idea that began to obsess me was how we might include pictures and also images or movies. In about 1988, I attended a conference where I heard a paper on dynamic documents that was presented by Michael Mills. And it so happened that I managed to persuade Mike to spend his sabbatical with us. So he came, and what began was a really wonderful series of, I think, 6 years that we worked together, and became some of the most seminal work contributing to what we all know now as QuickTime.
I'm Mike Mills from the QuickTime team.
In those days, we referred to it as dynamic icons. They were really that small. They were about half an inch big.
Golly, I'm so impressed.
So Mike Mills began a series of illustrative prototypes. The little movies that we put inside documents often used the original Moggridge illustrations. Jean-Louis Gasset, Vice President of Engineering, said, "Now I know why my grandmother wants a computer. I had never even thought of my grandmother using a computer, let alone why it would captivate his grandmother and why what we had done with movies meant that."
Factories use the best machinery that money can buy.
Now, looking back, of course, he had a lot more insight than I did, which was that it began to change what a computer and all the documents on a computer were about. Something moved, something came to life, something played.
Direct manipulation.
And that began a series of 4 or 5 years of building successively on the first illustrative prototypes to bring more and more control and playback capabilities into what now we all know as QuickTime. For example, when you open the document, does it just sit there as a picture? How do you know that's a picture? How do you know it's actually a movie? Well, we had to put a controller there so that you knew something would or could happen. We could actually imagine different styles of controllers, different mechanisms, just a very subtle thing like how would you start and stop? Would you just start and stop? No. Would you like to go faster or slower? At that point in time, when we shipped through developers, we realized that the QuickTime kit was going to be for people ultimately who didn't need to have all sorts of fancy control over video. So I think that the sophistication of your products have to actually match the sophistication level at that time of the consumer base.